You sit down to work. You open your laptop. You look at the task, and suddenly your mind feels heavy. You scroll. You delay. You tell yourself you will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes turn into an hour. An hour turns into a day. And slowly, a quiet thought appears in your mind. Maybe I am just lazy. But what if that is not true? What if you are not lazy at all, and your brain is simply trying to protect you? Because laziness rarely comes from a lack of ability. It comes from fear that you cannot see. You want to work. You want to improve. You want to move forward in life. You think about your goals all the time. You imagine success. You imagine progress. You imagine a better future. But when it is time to act, something inside you resists. Your body feels tired. Your mind feels distracted. And suddenly, everything else feels easier than the work that actually matters. You check your phone. You watch videos. You clean your room. You do small random things, anything except the one thing that could change your life. And then guilt appears. You start judging yourself. You call yourself lazy. You call yourself undisciplined. You start believing that something is wrong with you. But psychology tells a different story. Your brain is not designed for success. Your brain is designed for survival. It does not care about your dreams. It does not care about your goals. It only cares about keeping you safe. Safe from pain. Safe from rejection. Safe from failure. Safe from embarrassment. Safe from emotional damage. To your brain, failure feels like danger. Because deep inside the human mind, social rejection and failure feel like threats to survival. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your group meant being alone, and being alone meant death. So the brain learned something important. Avoid anything that could damage your identity or social safety, even if that thing is your dream. That is why laziness appears before important work. Because important work carries risk, and risk activates fear, and fear activates protection. So your brain slows you down, not to hurt you, but to protect you. Imagine your brain like a security guard standing at the gate of action. Every time you try to do something important, the guard asks one simple question: is this safe? If it feels safe, the gate opens. If it feels risky, the gate closes. This security guard lives in a part of your brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is responsible for detecting danger and triggering fear. It does not think logically. It reacts emotionally. So when you try to start something meaningful, the amygdala starts scanning for threats. What if you fail? What if people judge you? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you try and still lose? And suddenly your motivation disappears. Your energy drops. Your focus fades. You feel stuck. This is not laziness. This is the freeze response. When the brain detects emotional danger, it chooses to freeze instead of move. Freeze looks like procrastination. Freeze looks like overthinking. Freeze looks like scrolling for hours. Freeze looks like doing nothing, because doing nothing feels safer than failing. Your brain would rather keep you comfortable than let you face emotional pain. It chooses safety over growth, protection over progress, comfort over risk, and that protection feels like laziness. So the solution is not forcing yourself harder, because forcing creates more fear, and more fear creates more resistance. Instead, you need to make your brain feel safe. The first step is making the task smaller. Big goals feel dangerous. Small actions feel safe. Do not think about finishing everything. Just start with one small step. Open the file. Write one paragraph. Work for 10 minutes. Small actions calm the brain, because small actions do not feel threatening. The brain slowly learns that action is safe, and when action feels safe, resistance disappears. The second step is removing pressure. Pressure creates fear. When you think this must work or this must succeed, your brain feels danger. So change the meaning of action. Treat everything like an experiment. You are not trying to succeed, you are trying to learn. Experiments cannot fail, they only produce results. This reduces fear and increases curiosity, and curiosity makes action easier. The third step is separating effort from self-worth. Failure only hurts when it attacks identity. When you believe failure means you are not good enough, your brain tries to protect you from trying. So remind yourself of one simple truth. Your effort does not define your worth. Trying does not reduce your value. Struggling does not make you weak. You are allowed to try and fail and still be worthy. When the brain understands this, it relaxes, and when it relaxes, action becomes easier. The fourth step is repetition. Confidence is not built by motivation. Confidence is built by repeated, safe action. Every time you act and nothing bad happens, your brain updates its belief. This is safe. This is normal. This is okay. Slowly, fear decreases. Slowly, resistance fades. Slowly, action becomes natural, like walking, like breathing, like living. Now, everything becomes simple. Fear creates protection. Protection creates avoidance. Safety creates action. So the goal is not to fight laziness. The goal is to create safety. Because when your brain feels safe, it stops resisting. And when resistance disappears, progress begins. So the next time you sit in front of your work and feel stuck, do not call yourself lazy. Pause for a moment and look at yourself with understanding. Your brain is trying to protect you, not destroy you, not stop you, just protect you from pain it thinks is dangerous. So move slowly, take small steps, remove pressure, and create safety in your actions. Because you were never lazy, you were just protecting yourself. And now you can move forward with calm, patience, and awareness.